everybody, I hope you're doing well. I decided to make a video in regards to my 1 year sobriety date, which is today. It's crazy. 1 year without any alcohol whatsoever, after a 12-year struggle binge drinking. It's been really crazy. I still can't believe it some days. But here I am, I made it, and I want to share my story with all of you in hopes that this video, my story, might resonate with a lot of you out there. Hopefully it can help you. That is my purpose in doing this. So where do I start? Last year, this day I woke up and like many hundreds of times before, I said I can't do it anymore. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. The day before, the last day I drank, I went to a suicide awareness walk with some of my friends and decided, like I always did, I'm not gonna eat the whole day because if I ate, then I wouldn't get drunk enough. So I didn't eat all day, and then afterwards, it was a very emotional day. I lost one of my best friends to suicide last year in February, and lost 5 more friends to follow, one from a heroin overdose. So needless to say, it was a really bad year. So I didn't eat anything all day, which was the usual when I drank, and I drank a whole bottle of whiskey and then a 6-pack, whatever else. Woke up the next morning, had no fucking clue what I did the night before. Thankfully nothing stupid. I just was crying on the kitchen floor eating a sandwich. Ryan came upstairs to find me in our kitchen naked eating a sandwich and crying, and it was like 6 p.m. So yeah, as you can tell from that story, I would get very dark-sided and very emotional whenever I drank. And so yeah, I woke up the next day, and the usual, Ryan was like, do you remember what you did? And I looked at him and I said, no, I have no idea. And that was the last time I couldn't do it anymore. And that was that. That was the last time I drank. So where do I start with my story? My mom died when I was 12 from Huntington's disease, and I started drinking about 2 months after that. And the second that booze hit my lips and I felt that warmth, that fuzziness inside my body, I felt like everything was okay. Like everything I dealt with, losing my mom, having a really fucked up childhood, not being accepted by my dad's side of the family, like his other kids who are a lot older than me. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. I just felt safe, if that's the best way to put it, and so many other things. Every good feeling in the world, I felt it. And as I got older, it progressively got worse. I got into punk when I was 12, and I felt like I belonged, and that was home. And drinking at shows and socializing go hand in hand together, so it was very acceptable, and it is acceptable. But I always took it a little too far, drinking before the shows, had to pregame before the shows, and then at the shows getting fucking wasted beyond belief and not remembering any of the bands really. And looking back on it, I'm like, God damn it, I've seen so many good bands back home in Chicago back in the day that I don't really remember the shows. It's really sad looking back on it. So, I moved out after my 18th birthday, a month after my 18th birthday, and that is fucking freedom. Got to do whatever I wanted, and Ryan moved in, we've been together since we were 17, so he moved in the day he graduated high school, and it was nonstop partying up until probably about a year and a half ago. So, yeah, that was that. Ryan doesn't have a problem with drinking. He can have a drink and that's it, which I'm so thankful for, because I think I said in my previous video, we would probably both be dead if we were both on my level. And alcoholism runs rampant on both sides of my family. from what I have heard stories of my mom, she liked to party. So maybe, you know, I've done some research, maybe it's genetics. Maybe I was born to be this way, but I'm not anymore, you know? And it's taken a lot of work to undo everything that I've done to the damage I've done to my body, you know, that chemical, like that addiction in your head where it's like, I couldn't have fun without alcohol. Even going to see a movie, I had to drink. Going rollerblading, I had to drink. Anywhere I fucking went, I had to drink. When we would go visit Ryan's family in Wisconsin from Chicago, it was a 2.5 hour drive, I would have to get drunk in the passenger seat because I was bored. I would turn to alcohol for anything. Like, if I was sad, if I was happy, if I got a new job, if somebody died, you know, anything. If I was bored, I would drink. And I just didn't know when to stop. And as I got older, my hangovers got worse. I mean, I used to be puking up stomach bile and blood. And I wouldn't eat. If I had $5 left, if it meant like feeding myself or getting a bottle of wine, I would get a bottle of wine, hands down. Wouldn't even think twice about it. So last year, oh, by the way, I've tried quitting so many times before. So many times that in the last almost 11 years, Ryan and I have been together, every single time I'd say, and the last time I said, a year ago today, I said, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. He's like, yeah, okay. Prove me wrong, please. Because I've said it so many fucking times, so many times. And every single time I went back, I hated myself because I let myself down. It's like, I've been vegan for fucking 8 years, vegetarian for 12, and I couldn't control drinking. I am so strong-willed about being vegan and vegetarian, and I cannot eat any animal products, but I couldn't stay away from booze. I don't know, it sucked. I was like, I don't fucking get it. I found myself having many breakdowns and, you know, drinking more because I hated myself so much. But last year, after losing my friends and, you know, our cat passing away, I bounced from job to job. I think I had about 8 different jobs last year because I was so mentally unstable. I was so afraid of myself. I was afraid to be alone. There were days where Ryan was so afraid to leave for work because he thought that he was gonna come home and find me dead. I was in the worst depression of my entire life. I would not wish that upon anybody. And I've talked about this in my previous videos because I turned to microdosing psilocybin mushrooms, which honestly, I know it has helped me stay away from booze and just become this person that I am today. Like, I'm working towards my career in the medical field. We're buying a house, and my car is almost paid off that I've paid for myself. And I go to work every day. You know, I only call in sick when I'm really, really sick, not because I'm hungover like I used to all the time, and I have lost jobs because of that. But yeah, you know, I was so mentally unstable last year. Went from job to job, and I tried quitting drinking for 2.5 months, and I was white knuckling it. I wanted to drink so bad. I locked myself away in our apartment. I didn't talk to any of my friends. I pushed everybody away, and I wanted to drink. All I could do was think about drinking. And that was in April. I joined the gym in March, and I really wanted to get in shape. I was never comfortable in my body ever. And I was like, okay, just lost my best friend to suicide. I need something, because I would just come home from work and just drink because that's just what I would do. And I never made myself food. You know, I would microwave something, or if it was like soup, just make it. Ryan would usually do all the cooking. He's the best. So yeah, I was trying to juggle working out and drinking, and it just did not go hand in hand until October. You know, I woke up 1 year ago today and I said, fuck it, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. So what I did is I threw myself into going to the gym. I found a routine. I cannot express how much that helps in trying to get your shit together. You know, I go to work. I work early in the morning, which I was never a morning person. I would sleep in until 2 p.m., wake up an hour before I had to go to work, wouldn't put any effort into my makeup or anything, because I didn't care. I fucking hated the person that I was looking back at in the mirror. I would try to avoid the mirror at all costs because I just was not comfortable with myself. And it's a really shitty feeling to have no self-confidence and to not love the person that's looking back at you, the person that you are stuck in this body for this lifetime, you know, trying to make the best of it. So I just threw myself into work. I finally got a job that I like, that I make good money at in November of last year. And I just go to the gym. I read books. I educate myself. I'm taking prereqs to be a medical assistant because I want to help people. And I eat healthy. I cook. I cook now. It's crazy. I blend up smoothies every single morning in the Vitamix. I love the Vitamix. Best investment. Get one. I highly suggest it. I am addicted to taking care of myself and feeling good, and I want to help others. I attempted suicide last year in August, and after that 2.5 month break from drinking, I slowly went back into drinking, like making excuses. I'm only gonna drink tequila because it's light in calories. Because remember I said I was going to the gym? Yeah, I was going to the gym maybe like 3 or 4 times a month. And I would only drink things that were light, like the Trulies that are poppin' nowadays. Everybody's drinking those. And I just went right back to how I was, drinking a whole bottle of whiskey every other night, crying myself to sleep, crying in Ryan's arms, saying I wanted to die, because I did. And yeah, the list goes on and on. So I just, like I said, I threw myself into my routine. I started microdosing mushrooms about a month and a half after I quit drinking, because I didn't want to go on antidepressants. I knew that there was something out there, and it has helped me in so many different ways with my creativity. I have energy. I feel great. I don't have those thoughts constantly going on in my mind. My mind isn't running all the time. And I don't know, I thought I was happy before, when I was drinking, having a good time with my friends, but I can say I am so happy now. I feel feelings. I have worked so fucking hard on myself in the last year, dealing with my childhood trauma and losing my mom at such a young age, and seeing her in a nursing home, and seeing how she wasn't being taken care of, and seeing her withering away from the disease that eventually took her life. And I have pushed all of those far, far back in my head for so long, up until last year when I was 27, and I have done some really fucking deep, hard work on myself. And I'm a different person, but the same, if that makes sense. I am physically and mentally and emotionally there for myself, for my friends, for Ryan, for anybody. I want to help people, and nobody should have to suffer with depression or addiction. That's not living. It's really not. And it fucking kills me to see people going through that. But you have to be wanting to help yourself. I can try and reach out to people and try to help them, but they have to be willing to want to help themselves first. So it's been an emotional roller coaster. I knew going into this that I was going to lose some friends, and my friend group would change, and that was really, really hard to take on, because I love my friends. Even the people that aren't in my life anymore, I still love them and I wish them well, but this is just a new chapter in my life. And I don't think at all that I'm better than anybody, because I'm not. I just found it very, very hard at first to go out to a bar or to shows and be around my old environment where everybody's drinking, because I wanted to drink. I was jealous that I couldn't have just one drink. And I I've had to relearn how to have fun and go to shows without drinking. And it's a great feeling. I go home and I remember the bands and I remember the conversations. I remember the new people I've met. It's a really good feeling. And to be able to deal with really hard things that life has thrown at me, like losing one of my good friends that was supposed to marry Ryan and I this year. He committed suicide, and having to put our cat down after spending $6,000 almost on her for her tumor. She had breast cancer, to find out, none of that worked and she only has 2 months to live, to holding her in our arms and saying, our final goodbyes to her, and not having to reach for a bottle of alcohol to numb my pain is one of the best feelings ever, 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 ever. And as you can tell, I have processed that. I cry a lot now, but it's okay because crying is therapeutic. And I like it. I like talking about my problems, because before I would just keep all of that shit hidden up in here, and whenever I would drink, it would come out, and it was not good. I was never a violent person, well, a couple times, but not towards people. You're just like punching a hole in the wall or something, towards myself. But now I don't know. It's crazy. It's so crazy that I have made it this far, and coming from the lowest point in my entire life. Last year fucking broke me. It broke me, and I didn't think I was gonna make it. I attempted suicide in August, and I can't even describe, unless you've been in that place, it is so fucking hard to describe. And now here I am, and it just didn't happen overnight. Every single day I'm working towards being a better person, bettering myself in my life, and helping others. And being to where I'm at now, I never, ever, ever, ever thought I could live like this and be happy. It's achievable. You can do it. I have read so many books, and I continue to educate myself. I listen to podcasts. Recovery Elevator is a great podcast to listen to if you're struggling with alcohol. I have a tracker on my phone to count my days. I eat healthy. I have a routine. I go to the gym every other day. I do yoga. I take baths every other day. Self-care. I love who I am. I love my life now. And I feel like every single thing that has happened in my life has led me up to where I'm at now. And where I'm at now is I'm 28 years old, finally getting married to the love of my life after we've pushed our wedding back for fucking 2 years, because it's been, like I said, last year was the worst year of my life. Our lives, I lost friends, lost our cats. I almost lost my sanity. Well, I did technically for a couple months. Fucking crazy. We're buying a house next year. My car is almost paid off. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm happy. I'm confident in who I am. And I could not ask for better people in my life, and strangers. And that's the one thing I really like about social media, is being able to reach out to others across the whole entire world to let them know that they're not alone, because you're not. No matter what you're going through in life, somebody out there is going through the same thing. And it's okay. Tomorrow is a new day, and everything will be okay. Never be afraid to reach out. It fucking rips me apart inside to see so many people struggling, hurting, and dealing with suicidal thoughts, or seeing all these people taking their own lives because of a temporary problem. Like, that's not the answer, and things will get better. It will take time, but we just have to be there for each other, be nicer to people. I am a very positive and happy person, even when I was dealing with my struggles and everything. It's the best way to be, I feel. That's my advice. I feel like this video is going on for far too long, but I highly recommend downloading the app on your phone called Headspace. Meditation has also helped me. Daily self-care, you know, even going for a walk in nature. Get out in nature, explore, save money and treat yourself, you know. Take care of yourself, because we only have this one life. Surround yourself with people who are like-minded, people that are gonna bring you up instead of bring you down. Surround yourself with people who are there present in the moment and not looking through their phone on social media. You know, say I love you to your friends, give them a hug, because you never know what could happen. You never know. And just live in the moment, you know. Fuck the past. That is not you anymore. Carry the good memories, but move on. Don't look towards the future. Live in the now. That is my advice for you. I hope this video was helpful. Much love to all of you guys. Keep your head up. Keep kicking ass in life. And I am always here for any of you guys. All of you strangers that are watching this, I appreciate you. I care for you. And keep going. I promise things will get better. Take care.